It's very common in real estate investing for people to tell other people that you should have a separate LLC for each property that you own. And that's very old school advice, and it's not great advice now. That still works, and there are people selling those services, but it's very outdated. So there's something called a Series LLC, which is preferable to that, and it's used more often by larger companies and even hedge funds. So instead of having a separate LLC for each piece of property, you'd have what's called a Series LLC with the parent LLC, and then you have a bunch of series beneath it. And instead of doing a separate filing fee and separate taxes and everything for each individual LLC, you would do a single tax return for the parent. But in terms of liability, each individual LLC in the series is treated separately. So if somebody slips and falls on a banana peel in front of one of your buildings, they can't necessarily get at the value of the other buildings if you're sued. So it gives you the advantages of having separate LLCs for each asset, but without the administrative headache. Just like a traditional LLC, if you forget to follow the proper form and dot all your I's and cross all your T's, it could create a problem for you down the road. So think of it as a magic spell. If you cast a magic spell incorrectly, there's no magic there. And if you are thinking of it as baking a cake, if you're missing the eggs, you can't bake the cake and then throw the eggs on top. That's not a cake. So it's essential that you file the proper forms, certify it with the state, have operating agreements, things like that, all in place before you get sued, because going in after the fact and trying to fix that, that's like I said, trying to put eggs on top of the cake after it's baked. Probably the most well-known example of this is a case out of Illinois called Platinum Group Properties, and you can Google it if you want. And Platinum Group Properties was developing a bunch of buildings in Urbana, and they were getting a bunch of code violations. They kept piling up. It got more and more severe, and eventually the city ordered the buildings vacated and condemned because they were deteriorating, and they issued them a fine of over $400,000. I can't remember the exact amount. And when they were taken to court, Platinum Group Properties said that these buildings were part of what they called Platinum Group Properties Sunnycrest series, which should have been a Series LLC. But when the case went to trial, they lost for two reasons. One, that they couldn't prove that it was formed as a separate legal entity. They hadn't filed the certificate of designation for the Series LLC with the Illinois Secretary of State. And also, it turns out that during the trial, the people testifying for Platinum Group Properties testified that it was run sort of as one corporation, that it wasn't operated as separate LLCs. So there are two reasons that it failed there. And you can take a lesson from that. It's one, that you have to have everything in place properly, not only with the formal registration, but you should also have operational separation. So if it's a separate Series LLC, then different buildings, different assets, separate books and records, bank accounts if necessary, and that can help you defend in a lawsuit against one of the series and keep it protected from being targeted at the parent level, or other series in the LLC structure being subject to judgment creditors. So my name's Pete. I'm an attorney with 25 years experience, and if you want to work with me, you can get in touch with me through the contact info in my bio or through my website, turnkeyfamilyoffice.com. And because I'm a lawyer, I will give you the legal disclaimer that this website is for educational and informational purposes only, is not intended to be legal advice, and doesn't create an attorney-client relationship between you and I. If you have legal questions based on your own legal circumstances, discuss it with your own legal counsel. So like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and if you have any questions about this or future videos that you'd like to see, just leave it in the comments. Have a great day, everyone.